Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So these are the broad topics for tourism. Remember, this is in section B, and you'll be given the option to choose from among tourism, consumer affairs, and communication. I always encourage my students to choose tourism because tourism is usually the easiest one from the three, and you can always reason out the question. So let's look firstly at land-based tourism. What is land-based tourism? One of the few definitions is offered by Basmejer et al. 2008, who consider it a form of tourism that makes use of facilities on or connected to land or ice. So that is a good definition for land-based tourism. Give me some example now of land-based tourism. And these examples you are going to put in the comment section and I will tell you if you are correct or incorrect. So put some examples of land-based tourism in the comment section. All right, let's look now at cruise tourism. Cruise tourism refers to holidays which are entirely or partly based on a cruise ship. It enables tourists to experience a multi-center holiday whereby they spend time at various destinations throughout their trip. So most of the time is spent on the ship, but at times the ship dock in different countries. Cruise ships vary from small yachts to mega ships and can take place on the ocean, river, or fords, right? This is supposed to be fords. Cruise tourism is popular in the Caribbean, Mediterranean, and Arctic, amongst other destinations. In essence, cruise tourism is a luxurious form of traveling involving an all inclusive holiday on a cruise ship of at least 24 hours with a set and specific itinerary in which the cruise ship calls at several ports or cities. So the cruise ship doesn't just go all over the place like that, but there are a set number of places that is actually predetermined where the ships will dock. Cruise tourism is characterized by the concentration of large numbers of people who visit one particular destination at the same time. All right, tourism now and the natural environment. Tourism in the Caribbean exploits the natural environment, right? Because a lot of the hotels are built on beachfront properties. The land has to be cleared. We have some forms of tourism or tourism products that depend solely on the environment, like ecotourism. Understand? Tourism can destroy the natural resources that sustain it through overuse, abuse, or misuse. So this goes back to, again, sustainability or what we call conservation. So they should use but also preserve for future generation. So tourism can ultimately destroy the natural resources, right? Through overuse, so using one thing too much, right? Abuse, not taking good care of it or misuse. Sustainable tourism involves using tourism resources in a sustainable manner. How do we do that? We conserve and ensure that we don't overuse, abuse, or misuse. Nature or ecotourism encourages the preservation of the natural environment because ecotourism is solely dependent on the natural environment. Use of natural resources now. Natural resources, here's a table that gives the natural resources, its use, and examples of misuse, overuse, or abuse. So we have forests, use of forest, nature tours, example, bird watching, and products are made from the forest and sold as souvenirs. Remember, we're looking at these resources in terms of tourism, right? Very good. Examples of misuse, overuse, or abuse: rare species of flora and fauna removed by tourists, right? We know that flora refers to plant life and fauna refers to animal life. Removal of trees to create nature trails, which may lead to soil erosion, right? So we know that is deforestation. Now let's look at the land as a resource, how it is used. Nature tours, for example, hiking, construction of resorts and hotels and golf courses as well. Misuse, removal of land from agricultural Removal of land from agricultural use can disrupt ecosystems. There's a possibility that heavy use of chemicals in preparation and maintenance of golf courses pollutes soil and water supply, increase in solid waste production, increases requirement for landfill sites. Beaches and wetlands, locations for hotels and resort areas, recreation, leisure, sand mining for construction of hotels. Misuse, hotel construction too close to beaches and on wetlands can increase the risk of beach erosion and loss of natural flood defenses, right? Because the hotel actually sometimes block those flood defenses. There is the dumping of litter. This will damage the beach environment. Sand mining as well can lead to beach erosion because when the sand is removed, then the rest of the shoreline becomes exposed. Dredging to create harbors disrupts natural ecosystems because the marine life there will be displaced or will die. Use of wetlands remove important natural habitats for marine life and also other animals. The sea now as a resource, how it is properly used, marine-based sports, desalinated water to supplement potable water supplies. That's when they use a machine to remove the salt out of the water so it becomes fresh water that is good for domestic purposes and also for drinking. Dumping area for hotel sewage, which is not good, right? Now, how it is misused, divers and swimmers breaking off coral, anchors damaging coral reef, hotels and pleasure craft dumping waste and sewage, polluting the water and disrupting ecosystems. Cruise ships washing out tanks at sea and causing pollution. So we see how this ties in sustainability, right? Good. Landscapes and natural features, they can be used for nature tours. How they are misused, hotel and resort construction reduces aesthetic appeal of the views, right? When you just see the big iron and steel sea building, when the trees would have looked even more beautiful, right? Road and path construction removes natural vegetation and increases runoff and the likelihood of soil erosion. Good, so I understand that. No, resorts are often located near areas of natural beauty which can be easily damaged or destroyed. Good, so when the resorts are created, right, many trees are removed, and we know all of the consequences that will come about from deforestation. Good, so even though they are putting in these resorts to make money, sometimes it damages the natural beauty, disrupts the ecosystem, displaces animals. Insensitive development can damage natural habitats and ecosystems. The tourist industry can be developed responsibly, sometimes with government assistance. So the government must regulate the tourism industry. That is why a lot of governments, especially here in the Caribbean, have a ministry of tourism and also a minister of tourism. And we have also private organizations that regulate the tourist industry because we have the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association. Ecotourism can help to promote care and conservation of the natural environment because ecotourism depends almost 99% on the natural environment. So in order for persons who are in the business of ecotourism to make money, then they must preserve the part of the environment they use for their business. Good, so ecotourism makes money for the business person and also preserves the natural environment. Good. A healthy natural environment in the Caribbean is important for tourism because the features of the natural world are one of the main reasons for tourists visiting the region, right? Because the Caribbean is tropical, so we have nice trees, animals, flora, fauna, right? So people come to see that. Good. Let's look now at some government policies and the government policies that help with the development of tourism. Government support tourism by meeting infrastructure needs, right? And we know that infrastructure like roads, ports, sea and airports, right, etc. Providing training establishments because the government should ensure that persons in the tourism sector have a means to be trained, right? So places like UWI and UTEC offers degree in tourism, right? We have MCU as well. We have smaller community colleges right, that offers associate degrees, certificates in different area of tourism, right? Because we have the baker, we have the landscaper, we have the electrician, we have the mason, we have the manager, we have the bell right? So there are opportunities for training. Government should also address social and environmental issues. So do not just allow the industry, the tourism industry, to be out there on its own and doing whatever that can be damaging, right? But not too regulatory where the industry suffers, right? So there must be contingency measures as well in place. So there must be laws that govern them so that, yes, they can build and establish themselves, but the environment should also be preserved, because remember, the ultimate aim is sustainability, using what we have now and also conserving so that future generation can enjoy it as well, creating conditions favorable to investors and promoting and marketing the destination. So we always want more persons to come and invest, because that provides employment for local people and also revenue for government. So the conditions should always be there, created by the government, so that persons want to come to the region to invest their money. Are we following, ladies and gentlemen? All right, let's look at this case study. Governments can offer a range of financial incentives to investors in the tourist industry. For example, they offer tax holidays, guaranteed repatriation of dividends, relief from import duties for goods imported for the tourism industry, low interest loans from government development banks or specially created development funds, accelerated depreciation of plant and equipment. Question 1, explain some of the benefits these incentives offer to potential investors and why this might be beneficial to our country's economy. These incentives will actually lure potential investors, because they will spend less money because they are being incentivized, and they will be more inclined to come to the region to invest and establish businesses. Number 2 now says, say which of these incentives might mean that a government could lose revenue. Tax holidays, that's the first one that jumped out, because it means that these are times when these investors will not be required to pay any tax, and taxes are paid over to the government. So this means that the government will be at a loss with those tax holidays. Good. Number 3 says, suggest why a government might pursue a policy that appears to mean they are losing out on a short-term income. Governments do this even though they know that they're losing out on short-term income, but the long-term income is what they are looking at. Because if they give tax holidays, right, low interest loans, right, they know that these businesses by the investors will be in the country for years to come. So they're going to get tax from the company itself and from the employees that actually work at the hotel, because a large percentage of hotel workers are usually locals, right? This is going to reduce the unemployment rate and also more revenue from government, more revenue for the government through direct and indirect taxation measures. Are we following, ladies and gentlemen? All right, so that's it. These are some past paper questions. I'm not going to go through them because I don't want the video to be long, but I'm holding it for about 5 to 8 seconds. So you can probably take a screenshot of it and work out these questions on your own. So this is a question on resources, physical resources, that is. This is a question on tourism, almost what we went through a while ago looking at tourism. So you should be able to take a screenshot of this question quickly. I think it has been up long enough now on the screen. Here's another one on tourism that you could take a picture of and also work this question on your own so that you can get enough practice for the exam. Good. Here's another one as well on physical resources that you can work out on your own, you know, just to get a practice to see how much you have returned, how much you have retained, and how critical you can think, seeing that the exam is right around the corner. I think there is one more. Let me just be certain. No, that was the last one, right? On physical resources. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Go over to my other channel, that's Corey Fences, on YouTube as well. Like, share, subscribe over there, and leave a comment in the comment section that you are from the social studies channel. Thank you guys, and all the best for your exams. Goodbye.